Welcome back, everybody, to Ku5ogrande. A big thank you to Phazon Masher, who gifted subs right when we left. So, you know, of course, I want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. What happened to my life? Oh, it's falling apart. And it's all because of Mike Oyama. Mike, come on in. I'm blaming you. I'm blaming you for all of the problems in my life. It's all your fault. You know, she left me because of you, Mike. She left me. Because of you.
You are always blaming me, so what's different?
It's all your fault, Mike. I've got to drown away the sorrows, and that's why I've got Ku5ogrande, punishing people in order to find happiness in this life.
Alright, well, speaking of blaming me, I'm going to give a slight warning. If you're really sensitive to motion sickness, this game might actually cause it, despite being a 2D game. Because the way the camera jerks around when you turn around is quite a thing.
It doesn't bother me too much, but I don't know. As I get older, I find that I get motion sickness a lot easier. Like Peggy the Peach is just a nightmare these days.
Well, I mean, Peggy the Peach brings down the mightiest of us, so.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, the strange thing is this isn't 3D, it's 2D. What do you have for us, Mike?
I have Simpsons, what's it called?
Night of the Living Treehouse of Horror.
Night of the Living Treehouse. There you go. Oh, Night of the Living Treehouse of Horror. That's what it was. I was about to say Night of the Living Horrors. But yeah, This game was actually on Kuso 3. It's quite bad. I mean, you can see by THQ and Game Boy Color. Like, Game Boy Color for Kuso, I sometimes like to call it Game Boy cheating, because, like, you just play a Game Boy Color game, and chances are it's probably Kuso worthy.
Yeah. Like, I have a hard time finding any decent Game Boy Color games. I'm sure there are some out there. I just don't know any.
You know, there's the Pokemon games.
Oh, whatever. We could have those on Ku5ogrande and nobody would question it. I'm gonna get some hate for that comment.
I mean, whatever. It's not like I care.
It's not like you care, Mike. Mike, you have to care. At least one of us has to, right?
Okay, well, but yeah, so this game, it's based on, you know how The Simpsons does like a Halloween special every year? I guess it still does it, even though, like, you know, not that many people watch The Simpsons anymore.
By the way, I'm going to be switching audio over to Amazing Toaster as has been requested.
Yeah, his audio is louder than me, so I figured that'd be easier for you to adjust.
Yeah, I already adjusted, but whatever, we'll switch.
Okay. Anyway.
Oh, this is music.
Yep, it's music. It's basically based on, like, each of those episodes, like, from year to year.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, you get, like, so, like, you get, you know, a certain episode from one year, a separate episode from this year, and, yeah, this game is just, like, not good. In fact, and I'll be having them play in difficulty 2, the harder difficulty. And, so the first thing that screws up is that B is jump and A is attack.
Oh, so yeah, that's like the LJN classic, except this is an LJN.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm checking right now with the players to see if they are ready to roll, and it looks like they all are. So everybody get your scariest emotes. And spam those, and anything Simpsons related too.
Yeah, Ghosts, Simpsons related. First level, you're trying to rescue Santa's little helper, so you can put in a dog.
Dogs are good, yeah. Z's. Yeah, Ghosties. Bart Pig is pretty terrifying, I agree.
Bart Pig is terrifying. It's
and
both the Simpsons and Halloween theme.
I forgot that it was Simpsons, you know?
You were just so terrified by the Bart pig that, and it looks like we're off.
Okay, good.
So the first stage is a bit of a maze. You basically have to collect the 4 fuses for the fuse box, which probably none of the players read this. There's like a mini tutorial, like for each explanation for each stage. It's mildly helpful, maybe. And you have to collect 4 fuse boxes so you can light up the basement, where there's a broom terrorizing Santa's little helper. Yes, the first boss is a broom.
You know, all that cleanliness is, you know, it's changed. It's next to demons.
It's next to demons. So Amazing Toaster is in a darkened room, which means he hasn't hit the triggers, and that broom will basically annihilate your health and kill you.
Oh. Well, yeah, you don't want to die by broom.
By whiteout broom? I mean, everyone knows that whiteout brooms in dark rooms are dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't worry, I've walked through plenty of dark rooms and got murdered plenty of times by various cleaning supplies.
Yeah. And Poltergeist also experiencing the brooms, but they're not really learning. Okay, now they learned that, yeah, they don't want to mess with the broom. So the order you're supposed to do this in is you're supposed to collect the first 2 fuses down here in this basement. And then you kind of go through this like maze-like area to get the blue key, which lets you open a door to get the next fuse, and the yellow key, which in turn lights up a room, and the game gives you no indication of this, and this fooled me for a very long time. That lights up a room for you that you previously couldn't access, and then you can get the red key and get the final fuse, go to the basement, and then go up to the and rescue Santa's little helper from a broom.
Oh yeah,
because cleanliness is next to Simpsonness.
Simpsonsness. Yeah, that's about right. By the way, I do have the plot of this specific episode because it was called Bad Dream House. The Simpsons move into an old house wondering about its low cost. Their questions are answered when the walls begin to bleed and objects begin to fly through the air, and Lisa senses an evil presence in the house. There's also a portal to another dimension in the kitchen. Marge expresses the desire to leave, but Homer asks her to sleep on it due to the cost of buying the house. Okay. That night, the house possesses Homer and the children, manipulating their minds and making them chase each other with axes and knives. Marge, unlike the others, however, is instead using her knife to spread mayonnaise on a sandwich and intervenes, breaking the trance. Afterwards, Lisa discovers the source of the haunting, a Native American burial ground hidden in the basement. After the spirit of the house threatens them again, Marge loses her patience and confronts the house, demanding that it treat them with respect during their stay. The house thinks it over, and finally opts to destroy itself rather than live with the Simpsons.
I think I remember that bit, actually.
Also, there's a broom.
Yeah, I don't... you know what? Unless if you told me the plot, like, I would have not have known anything about Native Americans in this.
Well,
in the sewage, there's a bunch of... In the basement, there's a sewer with a bunch of toxic waste.
Well, I mean, come on. If there is a haunted house, especially in the 80s and 90s, 95% chance it was built on a Native American burial ground. There's skulls there in the basement.
Stereotypes.
No, seriously, The Haunting, Stephen King, the hotel was built on a Native American burial ground.
Yeah.
Poltergeist, the movie, same thing. Yeah.
Also, it's worth noting that your slingshot doesn't fire straight forward. It shoots in an arc, and you have to use that arc to hit the smaller enemies like the rats. It's super annoying.
Oh my gosh, that broom is pure dagdasty evil. Don't kill Blinky. Oh.
It is destroying everyone except for Mikon, who just basically guessed correctly and went right into the correct door at first.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's gonna get broomed. Everyone watch the bottom right.
Okay, I'm watching. Oh, whatever. Like, oh my gosh, the broom, it just does not leave you.
I mean, I guess the Simpsons really don't like being clean.
Well, have you seen when Marge isn't home?
That's true.
Bart left the dishes in the sink for so long that literally one of the pots had a hole in the bottom from rusting.
Yeah, true. So, Ku5ogrande, the reason why the motion is giving you a headache because the camera pans all the way to the right when you're walking right, and it pans all the way to the left when you're walking left.
Yeah, it's
so,
a little bit abrupt.
Yeah, so it's like, just creates this real weird, like, jerking motion whenever you turn around. It's really bad.
Yeah, sure, you can have the camera adjust a little bit. I'd prefer that you can see ahead of you, but it's just way too fast and way too sudden.
Yeah. So Poltergeist opting not to take the continue. I think that's probably the smart play. I don't remember how continues work in this game.
Amazing Toaster doing the same thing. Honestly, this early on, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. But for the first stage, like, you want to use those continues for when you make notable progress.
Oh my gosh. So, this was published by THQ, developed by Software Creations, which was one of the first companies in Great Britain to develop games for the NES. They made Super Nintendo games. Yeah, so...
Oh, this is Software Creations.
Yeah, they made, like, Beauty and the Beast. We actually had one of their games really recently. I remember. I don't remember what game it was. Oh my gosh, they did make Mario Artist Paint Studio, so at least that was cool. You know,
they made something related to Mario when
Cutthroat Island,
licensing out Mario to everyone, including Philips from Hotel Mario.
Cutthroat Island, there we go.
Oh jeez, Cutthroat Island.
Yeah, that's a game that I've used in Ku5ogrande before, and none of the racers liked it, so that gives you a show of their pedigree.
Oh yeah. You know, it's cool.
Yeah. I mean, like Cutthroat Island, there is some variety in this game. Like, for example, on the third stage, Marge's stage, it's like a top-down shooter. And Maggie's stage is...
It's Maggie's stage, alright, yeah.
Yeah, it's Maggie's stage, and you fly around with like a fly.
Yeah, honestly, you know, I think that if you're going to make a game that has, that's based off of a license, it's good to make it not just super samey throughout the whole thing. I think that there are better ways to go about than making every level extremely different from the other, but it's still, you know, at least it's not boring, is what I'd say.
So, Okami of Games, some of the levels are pretty open. This and the fourth stage are a bit more on the open side, but it's still easy to track progress because there's the keys.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Mikon has all 3 keys, so he's definitely made the most progress.
Oh my gosh.
And a lot of the other stages are linear. Like, even though the game like presents you all these tree houses at the beginning, you have to do them in order. So it's not like you can do things out of order in this game.
Now, the stakes are pretty important for this. You know, it's a 24/25 point round. First and second place will move on to the bracket. Third place may enter a tiebreaker. Yeah.
It'll be, I think it's guaranteed if it's a 30-pointer, but if it's a 29-pointer, it's possible depending on how many other 29-pointers there are, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Actually, I think that if a single match that could have had a 30-pointer has a 29-pointer instead, the math works out that we may have a lot more tiebreakers. So, yeah, we have to see. Just basically come in first or second this round. You'll move on. You don't want to worry, you know?
And these are all strong players. If I remember correctly, Mikon has been in brackets in multiple Ku5ograndes, including 3-so and 4-so grande. And Poltergeist, I think, made it to the bracket in Ku5ogrande 4, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Yeah, honestly, all of the players here are pretty strong. Meekin
Yeah.
definitely has the longest pedigree of playing. Amazing Toaster, has played before as well, but I don't think has made it into the bracket.
Yeah. Yes. Amazing Toaster's come close, but he has not made it into bracket.
Yeah, so this could be a total change of everything. Yeah, the last game that eliminated him was Rockman and Crystal, which Royal Blue Wizard chose, and I think I remember that as being the... Was that the Rockman game where the platforms wouldn't spawn if you killed too many enemies? I'm trying to remember.
No, that was the one that Corndan gave out. Rockman Crystal, I think, was the one with, like, the really bad translation. So, Meekon is on the boss. Meekon has made really impressive progress so far. He has a huge lead over everyone else, because he's the only one who's completely figured out this stage.
Kill the broom!
Yeah, and you just have to kill the broom. The broom, the first hit in the broom is really easy. The subsequent hits are actually really hard, because it doesn't stay on this first floor.
Does it
just kind
follow
of
you?
Yeah, it follows you once you get past the first floor. So the moment you jump on a platform, it will try to attack you. And since you can't shoot up in this game, it's really hard to hit the broom.
Oh, geez, yeah, this broom, absolute evil.
Exactly, it just constantly hounds you.
I mean, it's a generic haunted house. It's gotta try to kill you, right?
Oh, Meekin's so close.
So close. Can you finish it off? Yes, the broom is dead.
He just has to touch Santa's little helper, and he's on stage 2. So something I find interesting is that Amazing Toaster actually collected the keys out of order? He somehow managed to get all 4 fuses, only getting 1 key, but the problem is you need the yellow key to get inside the Santa's little helper room.
Okay.
So he's gonna have to figure out that out the hard way, and I think the only way to get into that room is to go through the sewer, which I don't think he's done in this playthrough, because you can only do that. Only get the blue key by going through the sewer.
Meekins is the ugly baggy. Oh, I don't like it.
Yep, you're a fly. You have to collect those computer chips, so he's already locked himself out of completing the stage unless he, backtracks for it. Which the game does not tell you at all, that you have to collect those computer chips.
Oh, yeah.
Because they look like a hazard, honestly, because they look electrified. You also, I think, have to hit these 4 electric switches. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I just did it to be safe.
Yeah, by the way, it's kind of fascinating that this fly level is actually from Season 9. This is the 8th Treehouse of Horror, whereas the first level is based off of the first Treehouse of Horror. So, we've already moved forward from 1 to 8.
Because I figured this had to be, like, a more recent Simpsons for the time because of the Mr. Sparkle references, and like, I'm pretty familiar with 90s Simpsons, but not so much, like, anything past, like, 98, 99 or so. Which is probably most Simpsons fans, to be honest, because it really went downhill from there.
Yeah, I would say, oh my gosh, I think I just saw the box from the Japanese episode. About when Homer goes to Japan, that's about where you can stop watching The Simpsons, because that episode's great, and then, so the story of this, by the way, Fly versus Fly, Homer buys a matter transporter from Professor Fink. Why not? That night, Bart sees the family pets inadvertently go through the transporter together, and he steps into the teleporter with a fly on his arm, thinking that he will become a mutant superhero. He comes out with his normal head, but with the fly's body, whilst the fly has his body. Bart enlists the help of Lisa. However, she is chased by the fly and cornered in the kitchen. Bart tries to stop the fighting, but is quickly eaten by the fly. Lisa then sees this as an opportunity to undo the process and pushes the fly into the teleporter. Bart comes out on the other end, now with his head back on his real body. Homer then pulls out an axe and angrily chases Bart for using the device. Oh, good. Always classic. Getting a show with attempted It's not patricide, the opposite.
Child murder. I don't know what you
Yeah,
exactly
sure, that...
call it.
Sonicide. I don't know.
Sonicide?
Yeah, killing your son.
I know.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh, filicide. Okay.
Yeah. He's not an infant, although he acts like an infant sometimes, you know. Well, unfortunately, Maggie is the one who got transformed into a fly, so, you know, not really a downgrade for her.
So wait, that episode synopsis did not mention Maggie at all, but yet she's the one turned into a fly.
Well, I mean, it also didn't mention a broom trying to kill Bart, but hey, this is what we've got.
I mean, maybe the episode synopsis is just not respecting the lore as much as this game is.
You know, there's a good chance that the people who made this maybe saw the episode like 5 years before. Just like, okay, yeah, I remember enough. Considering that this game came out in 2001 and that episode was 97, I believe. Not too unreasonable.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, Meekin is just really lost right now because those smiley faces are like if you look in the bottom right corner of each person's screen, like the other racers have a fuse boxes. So like Amazing Toaster and Bright Shadow have 0 left. Polterghost has 1 left. And that looks like a fuse box. Those smiley faces are the switches that you're supposed to hit. The power switches, and like it just doesn't correlate at all, and I don't know why they did that.
Yeah,
and it's worth noting that this game has a time limit. So, Meekin I think he just timed out. The time limit for stage 2 is not particularly long, and if he doesn't collect that chip, he's actually never going to beat this stage because he has to collect the 3 chips in order to power the toaster to get out of this stage.
Oh yeah.
It's really stupid. Hopefully he'll run over the chips by accident, but unfortunately he seems to be too good of a player to actually hit the chips, so...
That's pretty fantastic. Yeah, if you read the description before the level, though, you may be able to figure that out. Oh, Meekin's got a chip.
Yep, Meekin's got a chip. Yeah, I didn't really tell the players anything other than this game's fairly linear and they had to play in difficulty too. Like, I will say this, the first stage in this game is like by far one of the most butt stages in this game. I've played up to stage 5 in the past. Stage 4 is really butts too. And I think the players will be able to make it there, at least some of them.
If I remember right, I kind of like stage 3. Isn't that the Marge stage?
Yeah, that's the Marge top-down shooter stage.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the players will like it, but I will.
Yeah.
By the way, yeah, if you are enjoying these hot, spooky tunes, that is probably because you really like the Lego game music. Guess what? The person who worked on this pretty much did audio management for all of the Lego games. At least starting with Lego Rock Band, Pirates of the Caribbean, Harry Potter, Lego City Undercover, the Lego Movie video game. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think those have better music than this, though, to be fair.
Yes, I would say so.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so Meekin has flipped all the switches. The problem is he only has 2 out of 3 computer chips. So he will not be able to exit the stage. And here's the other thing. Everyone else is really struggling with stage 1, but it seems like Polterghost has finally figured out how to make progress in stage 1 and is on the boss. Unfortunately, they are running low on time. Less than 30 seconds left, and so it's going to be real tight. They basically have to go all-out aggro on the broom, and I don't even know if they're aware of the time limit, because they're not playing like there's a time limit.
I mean, they will be aware very soon.
Exactly.
I mean, and considering that you always ran away from the broom before, it might not be too straightforward to kill it, but, you know, luckily Poltergust got a hit, saw the health bar go down. Is this going to be enough? The broom!
Oh, it's going to be so close.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be so close.
No.
The broom is running away from them.
Broom! Come back! Die!
Oh, there's not enough time. Because they also have to touch Santa's little helper.
Well, the broom's dead, but so is Bart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but at least they know, and they'll be able to beat this stage this time for sure.
Oh yeah, I'd agree. As long as you don't have to go back to the beginning of the stage, then that's fine. Yeah, people do not like this anime betrayal, but what can you say? Anime's harsh. Wait, do you have to do the whole level over again?
No, you shouldn't have to. Why?
Where's the broom?
I think the progress was actually saved. So
good.
All they have to do is touch Santa's little helper.
Yes!
That's actually really nice of the game, because that Marge stage that you like so much has no checkpoints until the boss.
Well, that's kind.
Exactly. They have to balance out the kindness, you know? Be kind in one stage, be, you know, unreasonably cruel in another. So let's see how quickly Poltergust figures out the chips, because even though they're in second, they can easily overtake Mikan if they figure out the chips more quickly.
Why are there
I think
chips in the kitchen? Like, maybe I answered my own question there, because kitchens often have, like, potato chips, and maybe they thought, let's put computer chips in here, that'll be fun! Hey, Poltergust has 2 chips!
Oh yeah, they're making good progress already. Yeah, I think Poltergust can overtake Mikan here if they just learn to hit all the switches.
Oh yeah.
Because once you know to collect all the computer chips, this is not a difficult stage at all. And Bright Shadow also on the broom boss.
Good. Take this, broom. Bam. Yeah, Amazing Toaster has been struggling finding the keys. And, oh my gosh, I really hate sort of collect-a-thon style things. Like, why do you have to go all over the entire house just to turn on the lights? It's dumb.
It extends the game's value.
Game's value.
Extending your playtime.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Whatever, I don't care. I didn't play this to have a long experience. I played it to have a fun one.
No, you didn't play this game. You played it to have a bad Simpsons game experience. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, how many good Simpsons games are there anyway?
I mean, depending who you ask, the arcade game is good.
Yeah, the arcade game seems pretty good. Some of the sounds annoying, but good.
I hear Hit and Run is good.
I've heard that too, yeah. Simpsons Wrestling isn't.
I'm sure it's not.
I know that.
I'm sure it's not. Anyway, Mikan can now beat the stage because he has hit all the switches and has all the chips. So he will maintain his lead.
Poltergust does not know about the switches, though.
Yeah, he has hit one. Or they have hit one.
Oh, yeah, they have not hit another one, though.
Yep.
Like, I saw Poltergust miss one.
Yeah, the thing is, they light up, but, like, if you're not paying attention and you just, like, switch away, if you just, like, turn away from it quickly, you might not notice that.
Yeah, I think that this game probably wouldn't be kind enough to, like, play audio when you flip the switch.
It does not.
Hey, Meekins is on to the next one!
So basically, this stage, you just kind of want to rush and speedrun like Mikan, but you also want to find the power-ups before you fight bosses, because they make short work of the bosses.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, also, you can strafe in this stage. I don't know if the players will figure it out, because it is so unbelievably unintuitive how to strafe. So, the way it works is that you hold A to fire, you know, like any good Game Boy or NES game.
and you would assume, like any decent game, you would hold the button to strafe. Good games like Last Alert do that, and that came out, about 10 years before this one.
Oh, yeah.
And, but no, in this game, you have to hold B to strafe, so you have to hold down 2 buttons to strafe. It's really dumb. And I don't know if anyone will learn that. It's not a toggle. You have to hold it. Last Alert is a good game.
Yeah.
I will find that hill. It also has, it has the best cutscenes, so how can it be a bad game?
I mean, I'm actually not surprised at all that the game doesn't have fantastic controls. I mean, it's a Simpsons game. Oh my gosh. Flying tonight. Plan 9. So this level is called Plan 9 from Outer Springfield.
Okay. So Meekin found the power-up, but it has limited ammo, and he just used it all himself.
Nice. Yeah, as far as I can see, there's not actually an episode that has Plan 9. Though everybody knows Plan 9 from Outer Space, it's a classic.
I know of it, I have not seen it.
You should definitely not watch it alone without commentary, because it gets really boring really quickly.
All that I know about Ed Wood movies is that they're notorious for being Ku5ogrande. That's how I'll say it.
Yep. Yeah, they definitely are. Yeah, this apparently is based loosely on the episode Dial Z for Zombies, which was in The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. My gosh, you're making me do so much work here.
I didn't make you do any of this, bro, Sencha. You just volunteered to do this work.
So yeah, the parody specifically there, Dial Z for Zombies, and a parody of Night of the Living Dead. Bart finds a book of black magic in Springfield Elementary Library when he is asked to write a book report for class. That night, when Lisa reminisces about the family's dead cat Snowball 1, Bart suggests that he could use a spell from the book to resurrect Snowball. At the Springfield Pet Cemetery with Lisa, Bart utters an incantation but accidentally reanimates corpses from the nearby human cemetery instead. The zombies terrorize Springfield, turning many people into zombies. Meanwhile, Simpson's family has barricaded all the doors and windows except for the back door, which Homer forgot to do. Several zombies break into the house. Homer sacrifices himself to give the others time to escape, but the zombies leave him when they realize he does not have enough brains for them to eat. Lisa realizes that the school library must have a book that can reverse the spell. The Simpsons arrive at the Springfield Elementary Library, and Bart casts the appropriate counterspell, causing all zombies to return to their graves. I love that. That's pretty amazing. Actually, Mike, I'm going to go ahead and let you take the lead for a couple minutes, and I'll be right back if that's cool.
That's cool. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah! Okay, go to.
Alright. Progress for the racers since we're around the halfway point. Basically, Meekin is firmly in the lead, having made it to stage 3. And might be able to make it further, especially with how he's handling the Skinner fight. There's not too much more of the stage after this. Polterghost just made stage 3, putting them in second, and Bright Shadow's not too far behind in third. He's still figuring out the stage. And Amazing Toaster has gained a password. And has finally made it into stage 2. He's a bit behind, but stage 2 is not a long stage, so if he figures out quickly, he can catch up. And Meekin is stuck on Krusty, who has a 3-way shot that is difficult to dodge until you realize how much smaller Marge's hurtbox is than her sprite. Because, you basically ignore the top half of her sprite for the hurtbox, I would say. or essentially her hair. And somehow you get like a 3-way water cannon shot or water balloon shot. Krusty is the final boss of this section, and it's the only checkpoint in this stage, actually. In chat, given a reprieve by having, you know, a different song finally. So there is kind of a cheese strat you can do to Mo on Poltergeist screen. You can stay to the right or to the left and just diagonally shoot him from there. But they would have to learn how to strafe first. And Mikun is on stage 4, further cementing his lead. I mean, there's definitely still plenty of time for the lead to change, but he's really making good progress through this game so far. There's 7 stages, and he's already on the 4th one. This stage, however, is a bit maze-like, just like the first stage. Not quite as maze-like, because there's no like central hub like there is in stage 1. But you have to figure out what's going on each part of the stage. And this is where, if you didn't learn in stage 1, you will definitely learn in this stage, as you're about to see Meek on screen, that there is fall damage, like any good video game. Of course, any good Simpsons game would have it, because realism, I guess? And when it comes to the issue of zombies and clowns, is there a difference? Yes, there is, because zombies are less scary than clowns. Let's just be real. Like, Alright, so it looks like Amazing Toaster has learned about both the switches and the computer chips in stage 2. Bright Shadow seems aware of them both, but only has one of the computer chips. So if Amazing Toaster can just flip all the switches, he'll be able to clear stage 2 pretty easily. Meekin struggled a little bit in stage 3. He definitely did very well, but he did die in Principal Skinner once, and that is a rough fight. And Poltergeist also had a bit of trouble with Principal Skinner. And Mikon is on the part where you have to just climb up faster than these vines. It's not too difficult. And Miko's on a really brutal part here. So you can't really take care of these soldiers. You have to jump over their spears. There'll be arrows coming at you from off screen, and they're pretty difficult to dodge. And there'll be swords popping up from underground. So you have to be careful about those too. But honestly, I'm really impressed with the progress so far in this match. The last time this game was in a Ku5ogrande, it was back in Ku5 3, and the player who made the most progress just barely made it to the 4th boss. And Meekin is already on the 4th stage, so I think we're definitely going to see the 4th boss, and probably even a clear of the 4th stage.
Hey, I'm here.
Hey, bro!
Yeah, everybody is making progress, and we've got rockin' music for Amazing Toaster.
Exactly. We have music that doesn't drill a hole into our head anymore.
Finally!
Zombies and brains.
Zombies!
But we have established in chat that zombies are less scary than clowns, and the reason why we talked about that is because Poltergeist is on the Krusty the Clown fight.
Yeah, I kind of agree there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was trying to think.
Oh, and Mikon is on stage 4, so he's just killing it in terms of progress.
Like, okay, the clowns from Cirque du Soleil, those clowns are amazing, okay? I would totally let one of them be my friends. But, like, Krusty the Clown, no, he's kind of sleazy. And, you know, his Sideshow Bob, totally murderous. I don't trust either of them. I trust the murderer less, but, you know.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Not a fan. So,
yeah, and you know that Krusty fight that was giving people so many problems, like in Kuso 3?
Oh, yeah.
It only took him like 2 or 3 tries to do. He did a really impressive job with it.
Really? Very nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, this level that Meekins is on is Vlad All Over, which is loosely based off of the Bart Simpson's Dracula episode. Yeah, they discover Mr. Burns is a vampire.
I think I vaguely remember that episode.
Yeah, it's a classic. I mean, the Treehouse of Horror episodes, I remember when they came out because we were always so excited to watch them.
Really? You were allowed to watch The Simpsons as a kid?
Well, it's a little bit weird, Mike. Yeah, it's like... yeah, we couldn't watch Ren and Stimpy, but we could watch The Simpsons.
I mean...
To be fair, like, Ren and Stimpy is just a surreal nightmare anyway.
Yeah, it's really gross. And I've heard that what's his name, John Ku5ogrande or whatever, like, his late night stuff that he's made after Ren and Stimpy is like, maybe it was a good thing that he was, you know, censored a little bit.
Oh, there's no reason. You know, oh, come on, we have Bob Saget. Like, as soon as you have that, anybody can make slightly more mature comedy.
Yeah, it doesn't help that Ku5ogrande is not a very good person either.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, yeah, he's a bunch of garbage.
He is.
So there's that. Yeah, so essentially this whole episode, Bart Simpson's Dracula, Bart says that it was supposed to be based on the 1903 painting A Friend in Need from the Dogs Playing Poker series by Cassius Marcellus Coolidge, but it was far too intense. So they just threw something together with vampires. I love it.
So I didn't tell the players there were passwords in this game. I actually didn't know about that. And so Amazing Toaster's the only player who knows that there's passwords. I don't think it'll come up in this match because Mikon is nowhere near running out of continues.
Yeah.
But it could help.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens.
But but since I mentioned the password screen, that means Amazing Toaster is in stage 3, and that puts him in a firm 3rd place.
By the way, yeah, while people are talking about Ren and Stimpy, the biggest thing that I remember about that show is the ending theme, because it always scares me now, and it took me a while to figure out why. Because right after Ren and Stimpy was Are You Afraid of the Dark? And so just, like, my mind associates the Ren and Stimpy ending theme with me sitting down getting ready to be scared out of my stupid childhood mind, you know? Oh my gosh. The memories. I'm so happy. Are You Afraid of the Dark was so cheesy. Absolutely one of the cheesiest shows that was ever on TV. It's so good.
I barely watched that show. I barely remember. I think I watched it a couple of times. I think I was bigger into The Adventures of Pete and Pete.
I didn't start watching that until a fair way into it, but when I saw the episodes, they're actually pretty good. And even as an adult, I think that they kind of hold up.
I would have to watch them again as an adult, but I could see that.
Yeah, better than All That, okay? All That does not hold up at all.
So when All That came out, like, I was just, like, outside the age where, like, I was just in the age where, like, I was starting to get too old for All That, so, like, yeah, it doesn't hold up at all. and and Poltergeist on stage 4. So making
Very
good
nice.
Itself. There's an Are You Afraid of the Dark for MS-DOS? Wow. We're gonna have like a Nickelodeon Ku5ogrande.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I want to play this.
Are You Afraid of the Dark? Oh, what else? I'm sure there's more.
Yeah, today and tomorrow I'm a little bit more focused on getting a couple more submissions finished up for Big Bad Game-a-thon, since submissions are due tomorrow. But after that, I have fewer responsibilities. I mean, Ku5ogrande, of course, but then I can play other games.
Yeah, I'm only gonna have more responsibilities until about the end of August. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing commentary for at least Homie D Clown though. So for SGDQ.
Hey, it's an important job. So someone's got to do it. Someone's got to, withstand that game's oral assaults.
By the way, I finally did hear the PC speaker version, and even though my ears were scarred from it, it's definitely the best sounding music.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah, I think that Cornden made a good choice to go with the bad or worse choices, because I don't know how a PC speaker can be the best and still absolutely destroy your soul, but it can.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mekon game overed in stage 4, and no matter which stage you're in, if you game over and you continue, you start all the way back at the beginning.
Yeah, that is definitely rough. But I don't know, Mekon's got a lot of experience with this level. Still no reason he can't take first.
Oh yeah, no. He still has a firm lead. He's definitely made the most progress in this stage. It's just that he made it pretty far to this stage, so...
oh yeah.
Losing all that progress definitely doesn't feel great, but at the same time, he's more familiar with the stage now, so he'll feel it.
This is actually pretty intense between Bright Shadow and Amazing Toaster, I gotta say. Because,
yeah, it is.
Fourth place is going to be eliminated. Third place may move on to a tiebreaker. Who is going to get which, I don't know. Amazing Toaster is through Apu, though.
Yeah. Amazing Toaster is taking a slower approach, which is, usually good for, Ku5ogrande games and stages and stuff, so you can, effectively see what's in front of you and deal with it. But the zombies here take so many hits, it's kind of just better to speedrun this stage. If you slow down to shoot the zombies, you just end up kind of getting swarmed more.
Oh no, Poltergeist tried to get through the auto-scroller with the vines reaching up to destroy Homer, and unfortunately the vines won.
Oh no. Is that instant death if you get touched by the vines? When I've done this, I didn't get touched by the vines, so...
It looked like instant death.
Okay. Well, actually, the vines can touch you a fair amount, they just can't be above you. As you can see, they're touching Poltergeist, but they're not killing them.
Yep.
And I think... Oh, no, not quite there. Oh. It's going to be close, but I think they'll make it.
I love that Homer, one of the characters who is not exactly known for his athletic finesse, gets to be in a platformer here.
Yeah!
But hey, good for him. Oh, yep. I just remembered the episode where he was trying to just work from home because he didn't want to go into work and was too lazy, so he gained weight until he was over 300 pounds.
Over 300 pounds, yep. He made it as his goal, and I remember the scene where, he first imagines it, and, he imagines this pig in his head, and then he, starts eating the pig as he's, running up the hill.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. There are so many fantastic imaginary sequences or dream sequences.
Yeah.
you know, I'd be tempted to go back and watch a lot of the old Simpsons, because I love old Simpsons. I love middle Simpsons. Late Simpsons is just, hey, what celebrity can we bring on for no good reason?
Yeah, and also it doesn't help that they kind of changed their core personalities as they went into the 2000s and the like.
Yeah, I mean, I do understand if you're going to try to keep a series alive, you have to have some change, but it didn't need to stay alive, you know? It should have
really
ended.
It should have ended at least, like, I don't know, probably 15 years ago. I'm shocked that it's still going on, honestly.
Yeah, but I don't know, as writers change, as different groups change, you know, the humor is going to change, and unfortunately it's more reference humor than like actual humor these days. But I think that happens to shows after time almost always. You know, it's very hard for a show to go, I think, over 5 seasons and retain the same type of humor. And they managed a good 10, 15 seasons with decent humor.
Yeah, they managed at least about 10 seasons with good humor, maybe a little less. But it's interesting, there was a retrospective on, like, early Simpsons. I don't remember the name of the author of the video, but, like, it was going over how it was kind of counterculture and anti-establishment back when The Simpsons was released, but then, like, as it became more and more popular, it became the culture. That, and many of the early writers, as you said, went on to do different things.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, they made great shows as well. I believe that they moved on to fantastic shows. I'm not completely sure. I haven't looked too much into it. But, you know, we got Futurama, which was fantastic. You know, thank goodness Matt Groening.
Oh, yeah, Groening.
I always have to think, how do you say his name?
Yeah, because it looks like Groening, but I think it's Groening.
And Conan O'Brien, yes, he was a writer. He moved on to do some fan-freaking-tastic stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Including... Oh, no, never mind. He didn't do that.
Wait, what? Oh, okay.
Oh, I was thinking, including being the show that, like, advertised GDQ by having Mitch Flower... No, that was Stephen Colbert. But...
Yeah, that's Stephen Colbert.
Whatever. You know.
And the other thing that the video mentioned is that, like, they kind of changed, and I mentioned a little earlier, was that they changed the core personalities. Like, in like earlier Simpsons, like Homer, yeah, he's kind of dumb, but he always, like, tries to do the right thing in the end. And he's, you know, like, generally kind-hearted. And,
yeah.
like, tries to make up for his mistakes, but, like, in later Simpsons, he's practically, like, a sociopath and just, like, doesn't care about being dumb and the mistakes that he makes.
Oh, boy. Yeah, from what I see, one of the early writers went and did some episodes for Frasier, did episodes for Malcolm in the Middle. Not a whole lot there, but still fantastic. One of the other writers here, I see, did a lot for The Simpsons, and also wrote for was one of the actors in Fantastic Mr. Fox. That's pretty cool. Grand Budapest Hotel. Wrote for Trolls World Tour. Actually, never mind. Scratch them off my list. I don't need any Trolls movies around here.
Trolls games are bad enough.
Look, okay, we had a Trolls game on Don't Make Us Bored. Super Trolls Island, you know, I don't need a troll movie in my life, too.
Did it make you bored?
Only because their internet was really bad, so we got a slideshow. That's the only reason.
Yeah, that would do it.
Oh, how about the person who wrote The Critic, huh? He was a writer for...
Oh, yeah, Al Jean, yeah.
Yeah, he was... Not saying that The Critic was better than The Simpsons, you know.
The Critic was a really good show.
Wait, really? I only know the memes.
Yeah, no, it's a good show. I would recommend watching it.
Okay.
There's only 2 seasons, so it doesn't take very long to watch.
Good. I don't have that much attention. Okay, I'll have to watch The Critic. Okay. Yeah, Mike Rice also did some writing right along with Al Jean.
Yeah, what Tactical Fail said, it only ran for 2 seasons, so.
See, and that's perfect. 2 seasons, you know? It's like an anime.
That is true, Ku5ogrande. There's definitely parts of Critic that haven't aged too well, but and it's been a little while since I've seen it, at least 5 years, but if I remember correctly, it's still a very funny show.
Oh, yeah. How about John Schwartzwelder, who originally worked on The Simpsons, moved on to Saturday Night Live. He stopped writing for The Simpsons around 2003, but did help write the Simpsons movie, which I've heard fantastic things about. I still haven't seen it. But yeah, he did some of the Treehouse of Horror episodes as well, so that's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say early Simpsons people got fantastic careers moving on from the show. And they deserved it.
Yep, they definitely did.
You know, do you want to work on the same project your entire life? You know, it's like what happens if 30 years down the road, you're sitting watching me, like, commentate for the 50th time Night of Living Treehouse of Horror, huh? And you're like, wow, that Brosentia guy, he never did anything with his life. He just talks about the Simpsons game over and over again. Every year of his life, it's just the Simpsons.
It's more Simpsons. You could fill an entire Big Bad Game-a-thon with Simpsons.
It's like, wow, this series should have ended, like, way long ago. And then I'm just making references to, like, Lady Gaga. Nobody knows what I'm talking about anymore. They're like, that's an old reference. Look, I'm old. I'm old and boring now.
It just helps that I've never been cool, so I don't care if I'm old. I'm old. The boring part I care about a little more. But you know me, Brosentia. I'm just boring old Mikuyama.
Boring old Mikuyama. No fun here. I only make people play Simpsons games and I talk like this.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm Mikuyama.
So, I'm actually not 100% sure who's made more progress in Stage 4 between Mikan and Polterghost. I want to say it's Mikan.
I think so.
But neither one has made it to the boss. They're both game overing in Stage 4 and really struggling.
Actually, Kata says that Mikan did fight Dracula Burns. I'm sorry, I was busy reading about all these successful writers who had successful lives.
Yeah, I was busy listening to Brosentia and discussing, you know, the shows that the writers have moved on to.
See, I could have been a contender.
The typical Ku5ogrande stuff. Don't talk about the game for at least half of it.
Yeah, Bright Shadow is through Krusty. Let's see what Amazing Toaster can do, because we might have a tie between 3rd and 4th in just a little bit.
Did Bright Shadow make it to Krusty?
Yeah, he just killed Krusty. Just now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be real close for Amazing Toaster.
Well, especially since one person is going to be eliminated. There we go. Krusty's dead. Okay. Amazing Toaster is through.
Wow, we're going to have to pay a lot of attention to Bright Shadow and Amazing Toaster. Maybe there'll be like 50% less, like, talk about, like, Simpsons itself and what the writers moved on to now.
Well, apparently the writers didn't move on to jumping, because this is done really terribly.
Yeah. Mikan and Polter, I would say, are safe. It's really just between Amazing Toaster and Bright Shadow to see who gets into the possible tiebreaker.
True.
This is a pretty long stage, though, Wolf.
Oh, and there's also fall damage.
Yeah. And also, like, the game tricks you in the first part of this stage because you are supposed to move down and left, and there's nothing on the right. Going to the right is just a complete trick.
No, spikes! Homer, get off the spikes! They're bad for your health! Oh, it's so scary! Bright Shadow flips the switch and moves to the second room here.
Yep.
But Amazing Toaster might be making that progress soon. We'll have to see.
Oh my gosh. Ah, the grabby hand. Okay, whoever brought the thing into this castle. Okay. Probably Smithers. Stupid Smithers. Hey, Amazing Toaster flipped the switch, but is now going the wrong way. Nope.
Oh, no, not Spikes. Amazing Toaster, not Spikes.
Spikes are not your friend. Be like Mega Man, Homer. No, left! Left! Actually, Mega Man doesn't go left very often, but you can.
No, he doesn't.
You're American. You can break the rules of video games and go left.
I don't think he noticed what the switch did.
I don't
which
think
is
he did.
fair, because when you turn around in this game, it just like jerks the camera so strongly that it's hard to see what's behind you.
Like, I could see that the door opened up, but yeah, I don't think Amazing Toaster noticed. There's still enough time, though. This is what's killing me. There's enough time for the players to learn.
But let's see how Bright Shadow does in the Vine Scroller. It's technically not an auto scroller, so let's call it the Vine Scroller.
Okay.
Well, Bright Shadow passes through it just fine, so it's going to be hard for Amazing Toaster to catch up. I won't say it's impossible, but it's going to be tough.
I like that this crossbow is trash.
It is really bad. It's even worse than
Amazing Toaster. There's a door with a gate on it.
No, Amazing Toaster!
Toaster! Oh my gosh. If anybody likes watching me and Mike yell a whole bunch, well, we do this every once in a while.
Yeah.
Whenever Mike's on. Grand old time.
There's no yelling until I'm on. Never, ever.
Never, ever. That knight just walked into Amazing Toaster and died.
Yeah, so the enemies, when you take contact damage, they generally die as you take contact damage.
That's convenient.
It is. Although, taking contact... The enemies all do a fair amount of damage when you take contact damage. So it kind of stinks. And also those bats don't disappear when you take contact damage. So.
Oh, stupid bats. Seriously, the birds of the mammal world, the mammalian...
Okay, so I'm gonna need chat to help me on this. So Meekin made it to the Mr. Burns boss. Did he actually figure out how to hurt the boss? Because you don't actually like use weapons on the boss to hurt it. You have to like open up the ceiling so sunlight comes in.
Chat says no.
Okay, so if Poltergeist can figure out any sort of progress in the boss, then they can take it. But there's not much time left.
Yeah, we're getting really close to the end. Oh my gosh. Amazing Toaster is doing the vine climb.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, wandering around and trying to figure out what the switch did, I think might have cost him 4th place. Oh no! It cost him 3rd place, yeah.
It definitely cost him 3rd place. I don't think he can catch up at this point. Bright Shadow is making good progress. I'm pretty sure Poltergeist is in 2nd and has made more progress than Bright Shadow.
I believe so. It's a little bit difficult to tell where everything goes in this area, but this pillar climb, I don't think I've seen it on the left side. There's a switch, Homer! Flip it! Yeah.
Yep.
Mr. Burns just putting switches all over his castle.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah, flip the switch. Yeah, that's what they're there for.
Yep.
You don't make a switch unless you want people to flip it. Don't put it outside. Oh, that room was just a bait and switch, wasn't it?
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, ho, ho. You want more zingers like this? Please subscribe to twitch.tv/Prosentia. Or whatever.
Okay, well, Polterghost has definitely made more progress in stage 4 than Bright Shadow did, so all the places are locked, and I think it's about time, if not now, in about 5 seconds.
Oh, I was 0.02 seconds off, but you know what? You were completely right, Mike. It is a fine time for us to end this match. That's it. Oh my gosh. This got really intense. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sad.
everyone made it to stage 4, which I think on average was better than Ku5ogrande. I think the first place competitor there, who I think was Green Z Saber, made similar progress to Mikon, made it to the boss, but didn't make any meaningful progress.
True.
But I don't think everyone made it to stage 4 in that match, and everyone made it to stage 4 in this match.
Yeah, that was actually a lot closer than I've seen for this game before. Hello there, Mikon.
Hi, how's it going?
Going great. I really enjoyed watching a Simpsons game.
Yeah.
That's a first, isn't it?
Well, no, I enjoy watching.
He enjoys watching them. He just doesn't enjoy playing them.
Yeah, about that.
So Mikon, what's your thoughts on this game?
It controlled better than I thought it was going to from the button check. I didn't really have that much landing where I wanted to land, as much as it probably didn't seem like it during that last Homer part.
Yeah. It doesn't help that there's fall damage, like any good game.
My gosh.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until like the very end. I did like how I took damage and got knocked over or something while I was falling, and then I fell and then took the fall damage. That was pretty funny. Freezing midair and then falling the rest of the way. I don't know, it was weird. What didn't I find? I didn't know how to hurt burns.
You have to open up. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
So it's been a long time since I've gotten up to that part, but if I remember correctly, what you have to do is that you have to open up the ceiling so that the sunlight comes in.
I see. So is there a switch in that room somewhere I just didn't find?
I don't remember exactly how it works, but basically you just have to open up the ceilings.
I don't know.
The ceiling. And I think once you open up all 3 or 4 of the windows or ceiling bits, then the sunlight kills Mr. Burns. And yeah, otherwise he just kills you. He just murders.
I see.
Over and over again.
Yeah, I lost my crossbow in that room, so I wasn't exactly sure what I was supposed to do. I figured it was some puzzle element, but I also figured that it might be something before that room that I might have just been out of luck on because I missed it.
But yeah, you're the only one who made it to that fight. It was still a relatively close match. I feel like some of the players had a chance to pass you, but nobody managed to get to Burns, so you had it locked. It's just a little bit confusing what you're supposed to do, but as with any good vampire fight, you don't fight it traditionally. Instead, you just open up the lights.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, video games.
So I will say this. You were in the lead for pretty much the entire match. You figured out stage 1 way faster than everyone else did. It was only stage 2 that really slowed you down compared to that.
It really did. I did not think those little chips were pickups at all.
Yeah.
Didn't even cross my mind.
I was wondering about that, and then when I thought about it, I realized that with the electricity, they kind of look like traps or something. I was like,
Yeah.
Accidentally runs over these chips or something, or else he's going to be stuck here for a very long time.
Yeah, I originally thought they were just damaged traps, and then I got to that stupid the little pot that was blowing me back. I was like, okay, electricity something maybe. So I started hitting what I thought were little switches on the side.
You have to hit those switches too. You have to do both.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Simpsons, for not telling us. Oh,
Right.
wait, you actually skipped all the screens that tell you what to do.
Did I? No, I read them. I didn't read the first one, but I read the ones after that. Or maybe I just didn't understand.
That's also very possible, yeah.
I was glad your progress on the little switches saved between the lives, because I probably wouldn't have figured that out. Because I hit some of them, I think, and then on my second life, I hit the rest of them.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until like they were toggling on and off really quick.
So the little smiley faces in the corner is actually like kind of your progress bar for hitting those switches, except you have no idea that it's for the switches because it's smiley faces.
Nice.
Thank you, video games. You are certainly an inspiration. Oh my gosh. But honestly, you know, I've seen chat say this is one of the better Simpsons games out there, and I kind of agree. You know, it's not great, but it's pretty good.
I thought it was mean and fair. I don't know. The Marge stage felt a little unfair, but because of the wonky hitboxes. But other than that, I don't think I had too much issue.
Yeah, I'd say it does feel a little bit unfair, but that, you know, I think that saying most of the game might be a little bit confusing, but is unfair. That's pretty much all the praise that I can give to it. Some of the music is decent, and honestly, you know, I don't hate it.
I don't hate. That's like the highest praise you can really give a Ku5ogrande game, isn't it?
Oh, I know.
I mean, it's the highest praise you can give to Simpsons game, at least.
Yeah, true. Well, I don't hate, like, Bart versus the World. I love that. As a kid, I played it all the time. It's bad. It is very bad, but I loved it as a kid. Well, I think it is that time for us to go and raid. Remember, everybody, submit to Big Bad Game-a-thon. Submissions are due by the end of the day tomorrow. Also, submit to Don't Make Us Bored. We are starting to run out of submissions, so I would like to see some more of you playing games for us. We have it weekly on Tuesday nights. We're going to raid Dragon Dark, who's doing some Final Fantasy 1 speedruns.
Nice.
Did we have a good raid message? Oh yeah, by the way, I'll be sharing videos and such of things that I am submitting later on YouTube. What else? I don't remember. Are you submitting to Big Bad Game-a-thon? Meekins?
No. This is my bad game limit, is Ku5ogrande.
Oh, I love it. How about weird games? Anything that's weird?
Well,
I'm trying to pressure you.
Well, not to BVG. I did finish the Mega Man hack that I played in the last round that Xandra gave me.
Oh, sweet.
I went through and finished that. That was actually really fun.
I'm glad. Like, some of those ROM hacks I kind of want to go and play. Gonna be honest. Well, okay, you don't have to submit, but if you do, it'll be cool, but you don't have to, but, you know. I believe Mike's already submitted something, so we got him.
Yep, I did submit something. It's not a bad game in my opinion, but it has some amazing cutscenes.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's go ahead and head on over. Thank everybody. Take care. See you on Saturday and Sunday for more Ku5ogrande. And if we don't have all of those days filled with matches, I will go ahead and play some other stuff too. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, I am... Wait, no, I'm not offline. I mean, we raided.